Alright, let's see what we can manage to break today. We've got a lot more things unlocked, so we got a lot more potential. And obviously we're playing on the fishing map where every ball is going to drop and then rail back up. We found a cheese early on, and that's good because that's an ager, so it's going to age many times. We'll just plop that down there. So it's going to get a 0.1 multiplier per age. So by the end of this, it's going to be pretty strong. We also need to feed that thing a bunch of times by the end, so that's perfectly fine. While I'm at it, I think we're going to throw down the broom, because if it's bonked, we ride the broom. This ball earns 2 times, but fly towards the furthest edge of the screen. If we put that, say, there, I think it's going to fly that way through everything. And if it doesn't, we will destroy it without mercy. It is hard on this because the ball is always going to launch in different spots, so we need to be sure to actually hit something to make our goal. We did just find a cash register. Spawn 1 coin ball for each distinct carryable this ball is carrying. We will carry the cheese, so if you put that right below, we'll hopefully carry cheese, spawn a coin ball, which will drop down into nothing currently, but we can build on that later. We got the cheese, we did not get the cash register. That's okay, we're getting close to our goal. There is another broom. I'm just going to throw this down in the corner where it's unlikely to get touched, but we just want to have more things on the board for now, just in case. That took a funny bounce. We at least made our goal for now, so now we're free to just buy whatever we want. I'm actually going to go with the whistle for now. Adjacent triggers have 2 times multiplier. I can throw that there for now. The cheese is at 2.8. If it gets bonked, it loses that for the rest of the turn. But if it doesn't get bonked, that's a 2 times multiplier. That's actually hugely strong. We didn't get anything there. There's also the caterpillar. If we throw that down, if this doesn't get touched for 5 turns, it makes a butterfly. Every time I touch one, no matter where I put this, it gets destroyed instantly. So let's see if the curse holds. I think we're going to be okay this time. At least for 1 turn. We hit our cheese, so that was actually pretty big value. I think we broke it already. I don't think that's supposed to happen, but that's fine. We hit our goal. I don't know if I want any bonkers, at least right now on this map, just with the way it works. They might be really strong, but they might be garbage. We're going to build more useful things first. A teleporter is sort of interesting. An anchor is maybe better right now because that's just $800 every time you touch it. Whenever a ball is spawned during a drop or an $800, that seems like it's probably going to be pretty good. We'll eventually spawn lots of balls, like we just spawned a coin ball there, which dropped out and did essentially nothing except earn us money. We keep getting our things stuck, which is odd. I'm not really sure why, but the round does seem to end eventually, so that's perfectly fine by me. Except for this time, it's going to linger here and maybe break the game. Okay, it did eventually give up. So we got some choices here. Tomatoes are interesting. Candles can be good, but we can find a better version of that. This is probably what we want. When you place it, it gains 3 charges. When we use it, it drops balls out. So we're going to drop that right there, hoping it spawns a water ball into the cheese and then a cash register, which drops a coin. So far to nowhere, but nowhere is okay, just like that. And we killed our caterpillar. Of course we did. The minecart is tempting, so is the whistle. The pumpkin can actually be really good. It earns $200 if it's bunked by a water ball. It grows the pumpkin and gains a 1-time multiplier. So if we put that maybe right there for now, the water balls might go that way and water it. We could have a good pumpkin going. Of course it went the other way, but we lost a ball. That's fine. A grapevine is a new unlock. We earn $400 if we bonk it. Repeat this for each adjacent grapevine, and it's an ager as well. I'm going to throw that down over here because we don't really have anything on that side of the map. Okay, we hit our pumpkin, so that went up with its multiplier a little bit, so we got some good value there. We'll put another anchor on the bottom because I think we're basically guaranteed to hit the bottom at some point with this sort of build. Oh, we hit our... Okay, the broom carried the thing right off the map. I don't really want any of that. There's another grapevine, so perfect. These are already at a 2 times multiplier, and those are without any outside forces touching them either. We could put a whistle down beside them for now. Now they're up to 5 times multiplier already. So those are already worth $2,000 per touch. Unless we touch the whistle, which is the only thing we touched. Luck is on our side. But we've hit our goal, and the teleporter might not be great for this map. Or it might be. We could try one down here just in case. We might end up moving now, but that doesn't matter. Stop sign. If a ball is riding a vehicle, hits the edge of a screen, dismount the vehicle and bounce the ball away from the edge. That could be a good one for us. These vines are going to age and hopefully be worth a lot. There's another grapevine. Perfect. We're finding these nice and early too. We'll put that right there where it's a little more into the center of the map. That's up to 9 times already. We could actually make really stupid value out of the vines. So we might try and extend the vines all the way across or something because they're a little bit out of the way over there. There is an armored car, which is a good one. When this ball is bonked, hits a mover, it spawns a coin ball. We could put that nearer to the top. We don't have a lot of movers down there right now, but now that we have that, we can start to add some perhaps. Down we go. It ate that. Perfectly fine. Okay, there's a mushroom. So we could put the mushroom like right here for now. That'll bonk into that. That is also a mover. It's a little unlikely to go from the armored car over to that side. I don't really like those brooms. They're not really doing much for me. There are a few things I like here. Ice cubes could water my pumpkin. I think we're going to use vines instead. Houseplant is simply $800 no matter where it goes. So we could put that, I don't know, just over here where it's a big empty spot for now. We could put multipliers on it later. I just don't like the empty spot. We're going to leave the brooms for now. As much as I'm not really enjoying them. We got double 800s down there. This is a really popular area for us. Okay, the compass is a big one too. Whenever you reroll, pick a random adjacent trigger. That trigger has a 4 times multiplier. So you obviously want to put that somewhere near these vines. At least for now. Because that's now got a 16.8 times multiplier. And that was the weakest one. And that gets stronger over time. So we'll come up and miss all of the vines entirely. But those vines are going to be our friend. So we're going to plow into them. Nope, we're still going to miss them. I don't know if we've hit the vines a single time at this point. But we hit our goal, so that's fine. Avalanche. 25% chance to spawn a rock ball when this is bonked. We're going to put that right there. Whenever you remove a trigger, each of its adjacent triggers gain a 1.1 times multiplier. So that could synergize with the vines. Oh, we actually hit them. Look at that value. 12,000. So we already hit our goal. We broke our fishing line somehow as well. Anchors we'll put at the bottom for now. We'll probably end up removing those, but at least we'll get something out of each and every run, hopefully. There we go. We got back into the vines with a rock. We just need lots of things to trigger. That's the key. Oh, a caterpillar. Okay, that's perfect. If we put that here, this is like the biggest dead zone in the world, so there's no way we'll hit that caterpillar now. Yeah, it was alarmingly close, but if this turns into a butterfly, it's going to go right into the vines every single turn. There's also a pinball bumper. I'm going to put that there for now. Is this dumb? That might be dumb. Maybe I'm not going to put that there. We've rethought that. We're going to put the wallet down because we're going to carry the wallet. When you bonk a mover, we'll carry the wallet. Spawn a coin ball. We don't really have a lot of those right now, but we'll put that right up top there. So we re-rolled, so it moved the compass, but that's got a 53 times multiplier already. 400 times 53. And that's going to go up. Okay, we've missed the caterpillar already. We've got way more than the value we needed. Investment bonk is kind of nice. It's not really the build for it right now. We're going to put a whistle down. We're going to put that right there. That puts that up to 110 times multiplier already. So don't hit my caterpillar. The caterpillar is like a homing missile. I swear, I cannot avoid those things. I don't want any of that. We're going to cast down the right side. So let's just please avoid that caterpillar. And I think we're good. I'm going to put the other teleporter, maybe up here. So if we go down, it'll teleport up and back into the cluster of goodness. Hopefully, okay, that turned into the butterfly. So now every turn, that's going to go up. It is going to, wow, look at that value. 50,000 already. But the caterpillar will spawn. It will go through the whistles, which I might have to remove. But it's going to fly up into the vines for big value. Anchor at the bottom. I'm not really sure what a spell trigger draft is after each tribute, but I might want one. I'm kind of curious as to what that is. Each holder makes 5 deposits. I don't know if we have a great deal of holders right now anyway. So we are going to take the Dusty Tome. The vine is up to 400 times 125 though, so well, okay, that still landed on 13,000 after touching the whistles. We just need more vines. Don't think I want any of those. I also don't really want any of these. I guess we could put a cactus down somewhere for now. It's just likely to add a little bit of value, but not a ton. We re-rolled a few times and knocked some whistles down, so the multipliers have dropped over here. We could just add more whistles everywhere. For now, they're not likely to all get touched because that put that back up to 70 times. So the more whistles you have, like, they can't all get touched. We'll eventually replace the whistles with something a little more consistent and better. For now, value isn't hurting whatsoever. We'll put a minecart up here. That's, I think, a vehicle. It's at least something that will get held. So whenever we're carrying a minecart to make a deposit, we make a double deposit. I'm going to be very picky about the items we take moving forward just because we want things that very much synergize with our vines. Vines are going to be good and potentially break the game. We're going to try another teleporter there, just to hopefully get some extra value, because it will take it from this side over to this side. It does. So then it's going to fall through the vines and make us huge amounts of value. I'm going to put a bumper over here just to bump into the valuable houseplant and away from the cactus. Really what we just want is everything landing right here. So we needed 25,000, we got 275,000. And axe is interesting too. Axes can be good and bad. I think the axes are going to be okay at the top. Before they're going to split things before they carry stuff anyway. Out of all of these, we're actually going to take the common. Because we don't hit the top of the screen. I think water balls were not really spawning. The first time you earn in excess of the current tribute, gain rerolls. We need rerolls to find more vines. Oh, here's the spell thing. Spell of end prismizing. For each spell of end prismizing in a stack, give a random ball a rainbow trail. Okay. Does that mean a double value thing? Am I understanding that correctly? We did that backwards for sure. But things look okay. We're hitting lots of vines for massive amounts of value. We haven't already hit our tribute, which is sad. We will put a windmill down because windmills are just really good too. We'll throw that over there where it might play off the compass. It might be bad to have more things around that compass because we need them pointing exclusively to vines. But we'll figure out more. Oh, it does put a double value thing, so we can get double value off of those as well. We hit our tribute though, so I'm going to check out what kind of rerolls we have. We need things that are going to synergize well. Ride the bus for each carryable. It picks up 1600 value. Okay, we'll throw that over there for now. That's perfectly fine. The butterfly ball might honestly be our highest earner by the end of this. Oh, we broke our thing too and that got moved. That feels better. Any more vines? Wallet is good. We need vines. While wearing the running cap, this ball skips an extra cooldowns it would cause. Does that work on the whistles? I hope it does. The compass does also work on the windmill. That's at a 4 times multiplier, which would normally be pretty good. I'd rather have it touching that though, because that would be 86 times 4. Obviously a pretty big value. The butterfly does knock those whistles instantly every time, so eventually I might remove that. We will throw a whistle down somewhere else just to get double value. I'm going to remove this. That just doesn't... Oh, I forgot that actually adds a multiplier too. So those are all going to get stupidly big, stupidly quick. Alright, so that's up to 200 times multiplier without the compass. With the compass, it'd be about an 800 times multiplier. So that was still worth 80,000 on a single touch. And that's without any further foolery. So I think we should put another one of these down somewhere like that. And then remove it because it's going to further have an effect on that. Not that those need any help, but I just want to see a really, really big number. So let's remove that. That didn't go up by a great deal, but it did make a deal, and the small numbers are going to multiply bigger eventually, so it doesn't really matter. We'll put a bus down over there for now because I think, wow, look at all that. So much value already. So that's up to 105 times without the whistles going. Once those whistles respawn in, they'll be huge. Oh, a rainbow. Perfect. I'm going to put the rainbow right here in the center because I just feel like a lot of our things just pass through there. The holder thing is interesting. It's not really a holder build. When you skip any trigger draft, gain 1 reroll. We need rerolls to hopefully get more items that are going to synergize better. For each spell of imprisming in the stack, give a random ball a rainbow trail. Perfect. I do need to remove one thing to make that work. So we're going to remove a school bus. That added some things. If I put that there, it'll jump onto that. Okay, so that vine is currently up to 844 times multiplier. By the time the butterfly spawns in, it's going to knock that down a little bit. Oh, maybe it won't actually. Okay, we got some really big numbers there. We hit our goal. We got almost $500,000 from that 2 seconds of play. There's another mushroom we might just place down here, and then we'll just remove it next turn anyway, just to get some vines, some more multipliers on them. The value is going to be fine. Another short turn. This one was less valuable so far than the other one, although it's about to fall into the vines. So that added 700,000 from a single touch. We're going to be okay. There is a dart trap. If I put that there, it's going to spawn darts in every time they get hit. Those will hopefully hit into that stuff. Yeah, we're going to... Yeah, see, there goes the dart that went right through the vines. So if I put vines right across the middle, if I manage to find more, yeah, we'll get tons of value out of those. We'll put another running cap just over there. I don't know if that's really likely to have much effect, but it's just a really strong thing. 185,000 from a single touch. Only a 230 times multiplier. That seems silly, but it's also hilarious. If not bonked during the drop, gain an extra choice in a standard trigger draft. Yeah, we'll put that right there where it's unlikely to. Extra choices mean more chances for vines or multipliers. We need more compasses. The compass is currently pointed to the windmill. The thing got touched. But we had $2 million already, which is really stupid for how early on we are. If you remove the time capsule after it has reached age 10, gain 3 standard trigger drafts. Yeah, that could just sit over there. We'll get more trigger drafts, which will mean more chance for items. I believe I do need to remove that to get that multiplier up. We're going to put another one of those down and remove it again to get just more multipliers for the vines. I do want a number so big the game breaks, but we'll see if we get there. I've used a bunch of rerolls, haven't really found what I wanted yet. We're going to reroll again. A teleporter is kind of a nice one. We'll put that maybe over here to take things from the boring side to the value side. Ooh, each ager skips its first cooldown each drop. That synergizes with the vine, and that's definitely something we want. And we got another one of these, so we'll put another spell of imprisonment down here, so that gets better. We got multiple 300-ish times multipliers on the vines right now. We actually missed both of those, but we got a lot of Rainbow Trail coins coming down. And we're definitely not done yet. So there we go. The thing triggered and we have our tribute already. There's another compass. I wonder which direction they spawn in on. I wish I knew that better. So do we remove a whistle then probably? I don't think we remove a whistle right now. I think we remove a windmill. Although that could really, if I put it here, will affect two different things. Potentially. We'll remove a whistle for now. Because that's also going to play off the butterfly a little bit. And now we're going to get potentially 4 like giant multipliers. Obviously, every time the whistle gets touched, the multipliers go down, but that's okay for now. Captain's hat, once per drop. Wear the captain's hat. If the ball hits the bottom of the screen, bounce it upwards. Okay, we'll throw it over there for now, so hopefully things bounce up and make it back into the fun zone. Okay, we went right to the butterfly zone. The whistles got touched first, but it's still a huge amount of value, even as they set. It's just stupid. Rainbow. We're gonna put the rainbow somewhere here where things will get touched and get double value when they go through the vines. And then they're gonna do things like that where I didn't particularly see specifically the value, but it was something big. I'm really sad we're not getting more vines. We were getting like vine after vine at the beginning. We will put a pinball bumper down there for now because we'll remove that for just more multiplier hilarity. And the vines will just get more and more value as they get older. We'll put a running cap down over there. Just skips the value of whatever as it goes. There's 246,000 from a single touch. We have many millions of dollars already. But I remove that and it increases some values, some multipliers over there. The camera might work for us here. When a ball bonks a trigger, it's going to trigger off these things though, which aren't particularly helpful. I was hoping they would work with the vine, but I don't think they're going to. So we're just going to skip all that altogether. Even as it is, like this is more than enough to complete this entire level, like easily. We earned 2.2 million. We needed 300,000. Now we must earn 500,000. I guess I could do another caterpillar potentially and put it down here, because that will also float up through those. You may reroll boons is interesting. Oh, the first time in nature's bonk, teleport the ball back to its spawn point. That works with vines. That's a big one for us. There's another spell of imprisonment. Oh, I'm not entirely sure how you say that word, but we're going to put it up there. So we got some pretty big multipliers going off. That one is worth 36,000 all by itself. As soon as a butterfly hits it, it respawns down there. It's more likely to touch the whistles, but the whistles will come back eventually, and it doesn't really matter. As long as we're touching, and we killed our caterpillar, of course we did. But we got one caterpillar to survive, so I'm considering that a victory in itself. Well, we did find another rainbow, so we're going to jam that in right there for now. That currently has a 700 times multiplier on it. Of course, that will get dropped as soon as the whistles get touched, but again, it doesn't matter. There is so much value going through this area. All right, we already have 700,000. I want more vines. A whistle could be fun if we put that somewhere here. Depending where. They have limited reach, but if we move a pumpkin, I'm tired of the pumpkin. That's only a 3 times multiplier. That's no good. See, now it's up to 450 times. This one's 650, and that's without proper compassing. So we touch whatever that was. That was still 91,000 for a single touch. That's without any rainbow effects or anything at all. We have $1 million. Simply looking for multipliers at this point. A bumper could be added on then removed. We don't really have the space for that. Well, we re-rolled as many times as we could. Really didn't find anything that conceivably would have helped us. So we're just going to roll and enjoy the big numbers for a second. And big numbers we will enjoy. The teleporters are both beating each other there for a second, which kind of leads to some interesting ideas in itself. I just got a time capsule, which reminds me I should probably remove the old time capsule, which added some multipliers to those. We have a re-roll. So I'll just add another running cap. I don't know if there's really making much of a difference at this point, but it doesn't matter. If it's not vines or something that pairs off the vines, I don't want it. A compass is huge though. So I'm going to remove the whistle here. That also added a multiplier. We put that there, and now the butterfly is less likely to touch whistles every turn. Another rainbow. All right, well, we're going to surround all this stuff with as many rainbows as we can. We're going to put one down here where they'll hopefully touch the teleporter first. Kind of a weird choice, but that's perfectly fine by me. That did actually work. We had the rainbow fall into this guy, so we're getting double value here. So we had a $600,000 touch. There's a 400. There's another $600,000 touch. So there's $5 million. We don't even like have half the board build. This is such a stupidly strong build. And it could have been a lot stronger had we found a lot more rainbows, vines rather. But that doesn't really matter at this point. Also, 4-leaf clovers would have been even better because they're 3,200 value. Although this is aged so much, its base value is huge. So I guess adding more vines at this point, as we find one now, wouldn't have quite the same effect anyway. But if we do add one, it should take them from like 1,200 base value to 1,600, which is a 33% increase. Is that worth it to add here? I don't think it is, because this is so strong. We could maybe remove something else along the way. I think that's actually worth it. Then again, I am pretty tired, so that's currently at a 3,000 times multiplier. Maybe that's not worth it, because that's so funny. I'm going to remove this whistle and put a vine there. So that went to 88 times. So that's fine. We have a 6,000 times multiplier. It's 3,000 now, but it was 6,000, which is really stupid. So if we could just get something to actually hit that, that would be great. Oh, we're at the end already. Oh, that's sad. That would have got so much bigger. But the vine itself earned 11 million. Curiously, the cheese earned 86,000, but it was all the vine. Sometime later, and I've been experimenting with the vines. Turns out simply vines plus whistles make something stupidly strong. And it's easy to build. Like this one's already got 460 times value, and it is 26 age. Obviously, if you hit the whistles, that number drops, but if the ball comes in from this side, it doesn't have to hit any whistles at all. But on a simple run like this, it is so stupidly overpowered that like, we can't possibly lose at this point, especially with teleporters across the bottom. And every time we hit one of these H's, the ball respawns, so it goes back to the top. So there was 12,000 value. It hit the tree, so it respawned. It's going to go down to the teleporter, back to the top, back into the cluster of vines. That was worth 24,000 already. So I just need to build on this idea a little bit, and we'll get something stupidly strong. I want a number in the trillions. To further expand on this a little bit, I've basically got one ball that's going almost infinitely, and it's going to keep teleporting back up to the rainbow, which will respawn, which will fall back onto the cluster of vines. And just with the current whistles and no further multipliers, this one is up to a 900 times multiplier. And that could be times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2, as many times as this single ball can respawn. Basically, whistles are just really strong, so that's going to fall in there. It's 150,000. It knocked out one whistle so far. There's 190,000. And the ball respawned. The ball continually respawns every time it touches a vine. So it goes back to the top. Every time it touches a new vine, back up. I don't know if the whistles spawn back in, but even if the ball makes it down. Okay, reverse gravity there, so this is maybe a bit of a bad example of a run. But it did hit the top, so it's coming back down. So it's gone through the rainbow thing again. I'm not sure how many rainbow trails it's carrying right now, but it's carrying a lot of value. It made it through the one gap at the bottom. So we're actually better off not spawning in more balls. We need one single ball because it might last forever. So I've removed the wallet so we won't spawn coin balls at least, because coin balls will make other things happen. I'm going to remove the reverse gravity thing too. I just want one ball that will get so lost that it'll eventually spawn back to the top, roll back down through another rainbow, get more multipliers, and just basically go in infinity mode. Oh, and here's something that synergizes well. When a ball bonks a trigger in the top row, if both survive, or repeat the bonk one time. Pretty sure the rainbow is considered a trigger. I guess we'll find out. So it looks like it was. So there's $150,000 value. It's going to drop back into that. That one is $750,000 value. And that's only going to continue to go up because it's going to keep teleporting back to the top and going through another rainbow. It's at times 16 times value now, so that was 3 million times value. Back up it goes. I need a rainbow below the teleporter. Although that one did go up to there because it returns to its spawn point. So we'll try and pick up the big numbers as they go. Things are going to get big, and you can see by the time it makes it back to the bottom, teleporters are starting to respawn. So this isn't quite an infinity ball run, but it's got to be getting up there. Let's see what we can do to fix that. It finally went out of bounds. We got $10 million at the top. It would be nice if we had more rerolls. It's unlikely that we're only going to hit this once in a run, but we'll put it up there just in the off chance that does happen. But obviously the value on this is going to be pretty stupid. This is without any compasses. We could have ×4 value on that. So that could be up to a 4,000 times multiplier plus the ball, which would be 8,000 at least, but potentially like 100 times that even, just because of the rainbow power. So this is a pretty satisfying run so far. We're usually getting into the millions of value at times. Don't go out. It went out. Oh, but wouldn't you know it? Here's a compass we need. So where would we best use a compass? Maybe right there where it's going to continually point to any vine at all. In hindsight, I could have given that one a lot more thought. But I'm just excited with how this is going so far. So the compass is pointed here, so that's got a 500 times multiplier. And as long as we keep collecting rainbows along the way, we knocked out some whistles there, which definitely hurts. But that's the downside of whistles, you can knock them out of play. But they are pretty much guaranteed value, like that was still 100,000. And I think we get 2 times value on top of that now. Wow, we are getting so unlucky with the teleporter holes. But the beauty of it is, the longer the run goes on, for the more value we get. We knocked out like all of the whistles, but that's still 90,000. And I can still go through another rainbow to get us further 2 times value, and more rainbows and more compasses will get us there. But these runs just go on and on and on and on. We hit that thing only one time. Nope, we hit it several times. Back up to the compass, back down we go through all those. So there's extra hundreds of thousands of value, plus more rainbow power. And back into the thing, so we're going to get a further 2 times off everything we touch. And back into the teleporter. That was a 400 times value, 400,000 times value. Back into that, so that was 1.5 million. So if we get another rainbow, that would be doubled. And we got another rainbow. So we'll see what kind of value we get as we touch things. Back into the teleporter, back to the cluster of vines, which are respawning. There was 6.3 million, and I think we got another rainbow, so it would be double that again. And we got a free save there, but I think this is going to go out of bounds. But the total value now is up to 27 million. We have a 500 times multiplier on that particular vine. Not sure if we're going to get that without hitting a whistle, but you get the idea. The value is absolutely enormous. It's actually getting boring just waiting for like things to finally settle to get up to its final building value. One way I could have and should have better optimized this run is just fill over hero with just whatever agers, just to get the ball back to the top as many times as possible, to roll through the rainbow as many times as possible. Not that we're hurting for value. $34 million is really not bad, and that's so far. We just had another 13 million from a single touch on something there, and we're only going to keep going. But it's going to be hard to get like a fully optimized run on this. We need more rainbows, more vines, more agers. Well, I did still find an item that can help us, the hourglass. Whenever you reroll, all ager triggers gain age 1. So we're going to reroll a lot. All the vines are agers, so like this one's up to 900 times. So that's going to help us build some value. We knocked out a lot of whistles there, but again, we're just going to keep optimizing this for whatever we can do. Hitting $500,000 is not going to be that hard. So 2 spins later, and we hit a lot of value. There's another grapevine. That is an ager, of course, so we'll throw that down over there. That's going to help respawn the ball one more time to the top to hopefully get us another rainbow touch for ×2 value on top of, 1,000. Okay, we did just have a touch. We knocked out a whistle. We had a $7 million single touch, and we're only seeming to be hit more rainbows from there. That was only 460,000, but you get the idea. The numbers are getting stupidly big, stupidly quick. So we touched a few things there. Those are 2 million, and I'm not sure they even had any whistles near them at this point. There's a whole cluster of value. We're up to 70 million. So we might pretty safely break 100 million on this, which is, wow, that was quite a cluster of money. Okay, we're up to 120 million, and we anti-gravitied ourselves. Not sure how we did that. A compass, just the kind of stupid thing we need right now. I put the compass right here where it's going to touch these 3 vines. This one in particular is sort of the big one. We'll continue adding value as we can. Again, I'm not sure we got oh, it's the parachute. That's what did it. I gotta remove that. I kept looking right past it. I'm so used to seeing it over there. So there's definitely a little bit of luck involved with this, because if it goes out a teleporter hole like that, the whole run stops. But if it hits those teleporters for long enough, this could just get infinitely bigger. Like this one's shaping up to be pretty big because we haven't knocked out a lot of teleporters yet, but we've hit a lot of vines to respawn. So now when we touch them, we are getting pretty big value back to the top. This is good. And we're out already. But we earned what must have been 30 million on that run. We only ended with 150 million, which is kind of upsetting. We did get 216 million from the vines, so we're seeing some potential. I've slowed this one down to ultra slow motion. I've been at this for many hours, but that's because of the multiplier we're getting. You can see it's starting to get pretty big. That was 2.2 million. Mostly we're picking up a lot of rainbow multipliers. We do have a lot of grapevines here, which is also helpful, but we got rainbow multipliers everywhere, so we're at 128 times base multiplier. So that's 128 times whatever the grapevines are. And we're still looking for more things. Windmills are funny. We just need raw compasses, and we managed to get one. So if I throw that down here, this guy's already up to a 1286 times multiplier. This is a rainbow, that's 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 a rainbow, and that's a rainbow. All of those are 2 times. They double every time they touch one. So we just need to get lucky and get sort of an infinity ball going. So these numbers will start to get pretty big pretty quickly. We just need to touch as many rainbows as possible without having our ball go through one of the teleporter gaps. Kind of like that. That only got up to a 16 times multiplier, but the numbers are still getting stupid. So of course we got some very bad luck the following few runs. So we're going to do this one at 0.5 so we can see what it hit. So it hit another rainbow here. It's got to hit a few more of these books to really get its doublers going properly. Didn't hit a book there, but it'll go back to the top. The rainbows will start to respawn before too long, so it could double itself potentially again. But you can see the numbers are getting really big really quickly. I don't know why watching this in slow motion makes me talk slower, but I'm very tired by this point. So this grapevine is up to 1363 multiplier. Oh, we hit both rainbows to start, so that's a good sign. There's a third rainbow already. This is good. That might have been a fourth one. I sort of lost focus there. We're up to a 16 times multiplier already, so it depends on what we hit here. Didn't touch the rainbow here, but that's okay. It's back to the top. Gonna go again, rolling its way down. That was a real big multiplier there, back to the top. We're up to $45 million also, so that feels pretty good. Come on, it's got to hit those two. Back to the top, it'll hit this rainbow. No, it will not. We get such bad luck on our follow-up bounces, and then it's going to go way over there, and that's that. 70 million from grapevines that time. No matter what I do, it's really hard to push through another layer of multiplication. Alright, bear with me on this meandering stupid video, but I think I got a new build going. I've got the current challenge basically is that I only can draw items I already have. Luckily, I already have a lot of things like compasses, so we tend to get a lot of compasses. So eventually I'm going to stick an item sort of right in the middle of that, and then the compasses pretty much have to point to that along with the whistles. So we'll get pretty big multipliers on whatever sits here. So we're going to hopefully make something really big, which is we're going to surround this thing with compasses. Because we use this to already get lots of teleporters, which we lined the bottom with. Suddenly compasses seem a little bit harder to come by, but that's perfectly fine. I'll just put a whistle down there for now just so we get a little value there, but that tree's up to 300 times multiplier. Depending on what whistles are active at the moment or not. Okay, I just got another compass down, so the tree's up to a 3,000 times multiplier. So when we hit it from below, it's 286,000. That's with no extra like rainbow effects or anything going on. So this one we could potentially make pretty big. The problem is the compass is rare, so we gotta re-roll quite a few times to find one, but it's worth it once we do. So we're going to remove that one, and in goes the compass. And if there's only one item for them to point to, I think they always point to it. So that's up to a 6,000 times multiplier. And once we feed the current god or whatever, we'll get away from this, so we'll be able to re-roll new items again. But for now, we're using it to our advantage for sure. And I can use my removals and re-rolls interchangeably, so luckily we did get yet another compass, so we're going to put down yet another compass. We'll skip that. That tree looks like it was up to a very big multiplier. Yep, 13,000 on the tree. And that's pretty permanent because it's not like the whistles can knock that out of commission or not. It's going to be a little bit hard to hit that specifically over there. It's got to hit the jump rope and bounce up into the tree because tree's a tricky one. But we'll replace the tree with something useful soon. For now, we're going to throw down the compass. So we are up to a, well, it says 1600 times multiplier. I believe it. Probably would find a fun way to make an even bigger multiplier at some point. Oh, there we go. There's the value. Okay, there's some easy millions. We'll find something better than a tree to sit there. A tree isn't hugely valuable. Oh, we did find a compass though, so we're going to remove this for now. We'll put the compass down there. And then we'll hide that for a second. So that's a big multiplier. 111,000 times multiplier. 111,000 times. So I just need to get rid of this god thing because currently the standard trigger draft only offer choices that you already have in play. I need that to go away. Then we'll replace that tree because for now that tree is actually functionally useless. We can't really attack it from the bottom. Maybe if I actually put this mushroom here, we might get the odd bounce going up that way, but I sort of doubt it. That was actually close. That's okay though. That multiplier is big enough that I'm already really satisfied with this without anything further happening. I did remove one of the things at the bottom for a mushroom just in the hopes that that will eventually trigger at least one bounce up to the giant multiplier. But for now, I'm mostly just saving up because whatever replaced that tree is going to be incredibly valuable. It's a shame we didn't get a vine or something going earlier because that would have aged up beautifully by now. I put down another compass just because you never know what we might need another compass for. Presumably nothing. We're up to almost 150,000 times multiplier. There we go. Now we'll get some new things to spawn. Or maybe we won't. Hopefully though, after this first roll, we will get some new stuff to appear. Yes, here we go. Now we'll get some fun stuff again. Like even a juggler during drop earned $25 per juggler stack every 1 second. Just for a bit of dramatic effect here. Let's throw that in. That's going to have a really big multiplier. Especially once we actually get the thing rolling. Okay, it's not making as much as I thought it would be. Oh, the compasses are all pointed away from it for some reason. They were all pointed to the tree at first. Now they're pointed in all sorts of directions. We still get 256 times multiplier, which is fun. But we're looking for something that's going to have big base value to really take advantage of all of those multipliers. And when we don't find one, we're going to make do with this guy, who's still making all that money per second. I really don't know why the compass is swapped off of the tree, but we're up to 150,000 times multiplier, which was quite delightful. I mean, we are still making like $1,600 per second, which is no small amount of money. So anyways, we're going to remove the juggler. Not as fun as I thought. Treasure chest is $1,600 base value. So sticking that in there is probably going to earn us quite a bit. Should we touch that? I wish the compasses would actually point toward it. 64 times is, I guess, probably what it is. The tree had such a big multiplier because the tree has a base multiplier. So lesson learned there. If we find a tree, we'll slot one back in and try and make that work. That does still actually have a 4,000 times multiplier, which is obviously pretty big. Okay, here we go. Here's a grapevine. That's $400, which is less than a treasure chest, but it is a multiplier in itself. So 4,100 times that. Gone. We'll throw that down instead, and then we'll take a look, and once we start actually going on this, that should go well. Whenever you reroll, age of triggers gain age 1 as well, so that's going to help to help that. Also, for each spell of presming in the stack, give a random ball a rainbow trail that goes right at the top, so we'll get double value. So hopefully this beautiful vine gets up there in value. So that was already a $56,000 touch. We just need all of these compasses to actually point to that. Maybe when the compasses are fresh, they point to the nearest item, then they start spinning. Not sure how they work. I just know that this should probably be much higher of a multiplier than it was. I missed my tree with 150,000 times, but I'm not sure that was supposed to have happened. Whatever the case, big value. There's 307,000 from a touch. Okay, yeah, so every time I re-roll, the compasses reorient themselves. So I currently have most of the compasses pointing towards that, so it's currently at a 27,500 times multiplier. So if I don't re-roll, we get really big value. Or if I do re-roll, does that make the last compass point to it? I'm a little unsure. What I think I am going to do is remove these guys so the compasses don't get tempted to go elsewhere. Okay, so the compasses have all oriented themselves back towards the vine. So we have 111,000 times multiplier again, plus a rainbow ball. So if we ever manage to touch the single valuable item we have on the board, 94 million from a single touch. I like where this is going. We need more rainbows now. I don't really want to re-roll since everything's oriented toward it. So until something just naturally shows up, I'm not really going to touch anything. I am pretty satisfied though that we got 105 million from a single touch though. That feels good. There's another 105 million, so this could go on and on and on. We need more rainbow things. So it's up to 115 million per touch because every turn it ages and goes up. So here's new things to pick from. Don't really want any of those. When you skip any trigger draft, gain 1 reroll. There's another spell of imprisming, so that's another rainbow thing, so I'll put it up there right below the teleporter, where it can hopefully pick up. There is 240 million from a single roll. If we hit another rainbow, that will double again. Another rainbow would double again. Okay, we had double rainbow. That was 250 million that time. If it can keep itself going for long enough, it can pick those up again. But it is asking a lot at this point to keep catching teleporters. A windmill would also be really stupid in there because it'd be $100 times 150,000 per second, and every time it touched that would double. I've got such a good thing going right now though, I don't really want to mess with that. We need $500,000. We currently have $1 billion. And every time we touch that, there's 270 million at this point. 3 of those is basically $1 billion in itself. Alright, so let's go ahead and skip all that and see if we can get a big number to appear. A bigger number to appear. I've slowed the speed down again so we can hopefully see what's happening. Is it going to touch? Nope, didn't touch, but it's back to the top. Come on, touch that vine. Uh-oh. It's out of play. I am going to reroll at this point. I do want to keep an eye on what the compasses are doing. I still don't fully understand how they work, clearly. But we're going to look for something that can hopefully boost our numbers up even more. I do notice that every time I re-roll, that number gets bigger. So it's 222,000 times multiplier. Now it's 229,000 times. So even just re-rolling is helping our cause a lot. When wearing the running cap, this ball skips the next 3 cooldowns it would cause. I wonder if that works with teleporters and also the magical rainbow thing. We'll find out. The value for that's 188 million so far. Now that it touched that, it's going to be considerably more as the ball rolls out. There's a rainbow. Perfect. We're going to slot that rainbow in here. Now we just got to hope for a little bit of luck. We hit lots of rainbows along the way. This is good. Oh, it does stop the teleporters from doing its thing. And also the rainbow things. Okay, this could be a big hit if it would hit it. Come on, what do we got? Big number, 1.5 billion. We did it. We hit $1 billion in a single roll so far. That would actually just double, so now it would be 3 billion if it touches that, at least. So let's see if we can get some luck. Uh-oh, it's going the wrong way. Back to the top. It's making me nervous. Come on, hit that vine. Oh, it would have been so big. It's got another chance though, especially if it hits another rainbow doodad along the way. Okay, it hit the rainbow. It might go out here. Uh-oh. That would have been like 10 billion, but we did hit 1.5 billion in a single roll, so I'm satisfied. That took forever.